Hi guys, welcome back to another adventure. Today we have the Infiniti QX60, the Luxe trim, and we're gonna go explore Red Rocks today. I'm really excited to bring you with me, and let's get going. All right, so let's talk about some of the first initial impressions I have driving this Infiniti QX60. First things first, I am a shorter person, and when I first got in this SUV, I obviously put the seat all the way up, and I wish it would go a little bit higher so I really could have a full view of the hood and where I'm driving. Ideally, I like to sit right about here, but I'm sitting kind of lower. Let's talk about the appearance of the Infiniti QX60 Luxe trim. So I like it. I think it's very sleek looking. I think it's a pretty hefty vehicle, especially when you're driving it. It feels good. The lines on this car are sharp, especially with the headlights. Everything's very sleek and modern looking. Let's start with some specs. Starting under the hood, you have a 3.5 liter V6 engine with 295 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque, and mated to a 9-speed transmission. With the Luxe trim, this SUV is sitting on 20-inch wheels. I really like the way it looks. I think it's all very sleek and stylish. One of the things I do like is the safety features that this SUV has. When I get too close to either line, the steering wheel vibrates. So it's kind of a nice reminder to stay in your lane. Instead of it beeping at you, it vibrates your steering wheel. About halfway through our journey, we're about to pass through Golden, Colorado, and I wanted to talk more about how this SUV rides. It's actually a very smooth ride. One of the things that I noticed was today it's a very windy day, and I'm not feeling any pull or any sort of drag from the wind, which is a huge bonus, especially driving through Colorado. If you're in a higher car, you could definitely be fighting the wheel when you're driving. The seats, very comfortable. They're heated and ventilated seats. And they have lumbar support, so that's definitely a nice bonus. It makes for a cushier ride. And yeah, overall, like, the ride quality of this is pretty nice. It's definitely a luxury feeling SUV, and I'm enjoying it. Another cool feature is this digital rear view mirror. Of course, you have the option to have just a regular rear view mirror, but just in case you prefer the digital one, it is there for you. So we made it to Red Rocks, and we're gonna go check it out, see what we can learn. Stepping in the vehicle and coming down here, let's talk about the haptic feedback buttons. Now, not my favorite. I wish these were actual buttons, but they do give you feedback, which I think is a nice feature, especially if they're not going to give you real buttons. But there are dials for temperature and radio volume. The knobs do feel really nice, and that is probably my favorite feature on this little section here. Moving down, you have a wireless charger, which is great. And then you come to your shifter. Personally, not my favorite, but you move forward for reverse, push down for drive, and you hit P for park. So this switch right here changes your drive modes. You have 5 drive modes: personal, sport, auto, eco, and snow. Here you have a knob that controls your infotainment, and it helps you scroll through while you're driving. You know, you could select whatever you need to select, hit back for whatever you gotta do. It actually feels really nice. I do like the style a lot. So this button, if you're parking in a difficult spot, you have many different camera angles. Your front camera, your 360 camera, you hit it again, you have cameras that are looking down to the side of the car. And lastly, you have your front view camera. So moving up here, everything is soft touch, nice white leather. Even up here on the windshield is a nice soft material. If we move over to the steering wheel, I really like the steering wheel. It is a flat bottom steering wheel and it feels very, very luxurious. Moving up to the display, one of the options I really like is you can change the way your gauges are displayed. You just go here, you do change meter view, and it shifts everything. And this is like the more modern 3D high-tech looking one, or you go to a more analog view, which is a little bit more older fashioned, if you want to say. All right, moving to the back seats. As I mentioned before, it is 3 rows. The middle row is going to be the only one that is adjustable. You can move up and back, and you can also adjust your reclining. You can recline and you can bring forward, whatever you have to do to make the people in the 3rd row more comfortable. Moving down to the climate control of the back seat. You do not have the heated seats back here, but you do have back seat climate control and chargers. So if you are family traveling in this SUV, they do come with built-in shades, which I think is a really nice feature, especially if you have like a little baby you're trying to put down. Throw the shade up or pull it down. 3rd row. Like I mentioned before, I am a short person, and this is with the middle row all the way pushed up. I think it's pretty decent, but if you are a taller person, this might not be very comfortable for you. 3rd row also has a charging port, which is pretty nice, a USB charging port, and vents, so you could get air or heat back here. With the Luxe trim, you do get the Bose radio sound system. It really does sound really nice. All right, so we're walking around Red Rocks, and it's actually blowing my mind. This is so crazy looking. Just the views and the architecture of the rocks themselves are pretty outstanding. I did learn that the rocks, it's a very unique structure that they have here. They are sandstone rocks. So when the sound amplifies through the theater, the sound is actually being absorbed by the stones, the rocks themselves, instead of being bounced around, which is what makes Red Rocks a very unique amphitheater. So we apologize for all the construction going on and the noise in the background, but I wanted to share a little bit of history about Red Rocks. So Red Rocks has been here for millions of years, and actually Native American tribes used to come here for celebrations because of the unique sound that obviously that Red Rocks has. In 1906, this man, John Brisman Walker, actually purchased this land for $54,000. They had a temporary platform where they did a whole bunch of different celebrations, ceremonies, and performances. And in 1941, when John Brisman Walker's finances ran out, the city of Denver actually purchased Red Rocks and turned it into what you see today. They continue out the tradition of having performances and ceremonies and anything you could really imagine here to bring people together. Some of the legendary performances that have happened here are the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, the Lumineers I saw. Of course, Zach Bryan had that huge viral performance here in the fall. And so many more legendary people have had the honor to perform at Red Rocks. All right, as tested, this vehicle comes in just over 60 grand. I hope you guys enjoyed this adventure today. Thank you so much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed seeing and learning about Red Rocks, and I hope you enjoyed learning about this Infiniti QX60. If you like this video and you have any ideas where we should go next, please comment down below. Thank you, Cole, for being the best videographer ever, and don't forget to go to alltfl.com for all things automotive. Thanks all, bye. Guys, altitude's no joke. Oh my God, I'm dying.